Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Luke and today I'll be talking about Getaway. So this is a movie that came out in 2024. It is now currently streaming on Shudder. Saw this in December and this was a completely blind watch for me. I found this movie through our Regal movie theater that's near where I live, and this is a movie that had an extremely short runtime. I think this was only playing for like a weekend, so not many showings at all. Found this on a Thursday night. There was only one showing that evening, and I said, let's just go for it and watch it. I looked up the poster for this movie, didn't look at the trailer or anything. The only actor I was really familiar with is Nick Frost, and based on the poster, it was hard to tell what this was going to be. Is it going to be comedy? Is it going to be a horror? Well, it's a little bit of all of that. So this movie follows a family who is going on a family vacation, some kind of remote getaway to an island that they had looked into, and as we are getting to know this family and they're basically trying to get to this island, anyone that they come encounter with is telling them, no, you need to turn around and get away as fast as you can. The island is going through their own kind of historical holiday, and everyone says it's not going to be safe there, no one needs to go there, just leave them alone, let them do their thing, and you'll be fine. But the family just still wanted to go to be a part of that, something that they had looked into and was determined to get there. So as they get there, they start meeting the people of the island, and this is where the movie becomes this twist and turn, and you're not really sure what's going on or what to expect. Now, when it comes to the story here, it's very fascinating because you're getting this island that has a tradition that they try to uphold. You get a lot of this historical background, so you kind of get this lore of the island and what these people have been through in the past and why they have this tradition. But it's very misleading. This movie is meant to kind of push you one way when other things are going to happen. So going into this, like, I didn't really know what to expect. As it almost feels like, are the people on this island carnivores? Are they gonna eat other people? It's what you kind of expect. Or are they gonna do some sort of weird ritual and kill this family? Because they seem to be kind of welcoming them in a way, in terms of like, they have to make money. There's not much on this island. It's a very small community, so there is a shop where they can buy things. There's beaches, water. They can go relax, do whatever, go on hikes. But the Islanders do put on this play, and that's why this family really wanted to go, is to witness this play and understand more of the history of this island. But we do get into some twists and turns. I don't want to get into spoilers because this is one of those movies where you need to go in as blind as possible. But I will say that this movie turns into a pretty wild, bloody, brutal third act where you're learning things, where you're trying to piece together what could be going on. But there are a couple of twists I wasn't entirely expecting. And this movie is just silly all around. If there's anything I wanted more from this movie, it's probably more from the Islanders. There is a creepiness to them, but there's moments where I think they could have put a little bit more into the lore and what the Islanders want to do or could have done. I feel like there's some missing pieces there. But once you get into this third act and understand like what's really going on, it kind of becomes a good ride. It's very silly, it's very, very bloody, and it just gets a little wild and wacky. Enough so where I could see this being rewatchable here and there. I think the jokes lean into more of a dark comedy because there are some lines that happen in this movie that I was not expecting. It just kind of threw me off. Also saw this movie with a couple other people in the theater, so couldn't really read off of them how they were taking this. It's one of these movies where you'd almost expect people to just get up and leave, but no one left. Again, it's a pretty wild, dark comedy, bloody thriller, I guess you could call it that. Anyway, the cast was fun to watch. The story is interesting, but I think lacked in some ways. But I think there's enough here where this has an audience people could have some sort of experience with this in some way. But it's definitely one of those movies I can see fitting with Nick Frost and his resume for things that he's worked on, most notably like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz being the standouts. But I could definitely see him coming back to make more movies like this in the future. So if you saw Getaway, what did you think of this? Would love to know. Are there any other movies similar to this in terms of genre, subgenre, or whatever that you enjoy? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, that way you can be notified when I have more reviews coming out soon. Be sure to like this video, it helps it go a long way. I'll be back again soon later this week. I want to talk about Severance. Severance Season 2 is now on Apple TV, so I'm excited to talk about that. Also have an Arkansas movie that I want to talk about, so be sure to subscribe so you can be notified when those releases drop. Thanks again, we'll see you soon.